I just got your notification that you're live.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are here for podcast 13. So, Josh, what?
I don't know. You cut out on my end, and I thought we were having our usual difficulties already.
Okay, Josh, you can go first with the introductions then.
All right. My name is Josh. I do a YouTube channel called Josh's Car Corner. It's about my Pontiac GTO and all the fun and trouble I get into with that. Actually, I'm uploading an episode right now where me and a friend just went and did a half-mile drag racing event on an airport runway called No Fly Zone in Illinois a few weeks back. Just have all kinds of fun, go on road trips, do DIY stuff, how to improve the car, and try to show people how to make their cars better and just get people inspired to work on their own cars. So it's fun.
Okay, Rick, you want to go into your channel and what car you have? Whatever that is.
Your turn, Rick.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't think
Rick.
I can hear you. Are you there, Rick?
Yep.
Yo, Conti.
I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, it's cut.
Rick.
Yep. Hey, Rick.
Yeah,
Oh, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
it's my turn.
Yes, introduce
Yeah.
You
yourself.
sound like a bunch of robot. I can't understand anything. Choppy chop. You guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm first time here. Thanks for asking me, guys. As I'm trying to dive into YouTube and kick ass and have a lot of fun with it. My name is Rick Corvette Conti. That's my YouTube channel, Rick Corvette Conti. I'm an enthusiast of Corvettes. I love sharing stuff about Corvettes, but my job is to sell them retail-wise. So I sell new Corvettes and drive whatever I want on the lot, thanks to my wonderful bosses. But I still have 3 kids at home, so my actual vehicle is a 17 Suburban. But been doing Corvettes for over 20 years, national-wise. Like I said, YouTube is a new gig. And as I learn more, I'm having a lot of fun. I've got a background in radio things to make my interesting. Like, what is that all? You just never, but we'll still keep its other point.
Okay, Ryan, you want to go into your channel and your car?
Sure. My name's Ryan Scott. I have a YouTube channel called Pure Function. It pretty much revolves around, I have a single turbo Toyota Supra. I recently did an entire build season on it. I rebuilt the entire motor, built the car from scratch here. I was kind of trying to show that what you can do with the car, what you need to do with the car, and what the cost is going to be with it.
No, go for it.
Kind of show that anyone can build these cars. I bought the car for like $11,000. I don't think outrageous. So have a channel where you can do it, I guess, or anyone can build one of these cars. So that's pretty much what my channel revolves around. That,
Somebody banging something?
Oh, there's
Sounds like it.
there's somebody here with me in the
Can't hear me.
I guess computer center.
Okay, Martin, you want to go into what your upcoming channel is supposed to be about?
So I'm Martin. I'm starting a YouTube channel. It's going to be a DIY. I have a Pontiac GTO, and my girlfriend owns a 2014 Corvette Stingray that's going to be featured on the show too, and just going to have some fun and give it a try. See what we can come up with.
Okay, Chase, you want to go into your channel and the car you have?
So I have a 2004 STI. I started YouTube about, I would say, 3/4 of a year ago, and it's about the car culture and just building my car in Alberta, Canada, where we do get snows, but I do drive my car year round and mess around with it year round. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Hopefully that worked the way I'd hoped it did, because I clicked on your thing, hopefully, so it brought up your actual picture for when you were talking.
Okay.
Since your mic's one box and your camera's the other.
I think my phone might have died, so we might just have audio right now.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yes, you have his face froze.
Yeah, his face froze.
Yeah, it did. Well.
Oh, my.
Well, at least there's just a smile and nothing weird, you know?
Yeah. Good point, good point.
No funny faces.
Okay, so for the first topic, let's see. Oh yeah, and if you guys have any topics you guys want to bring up during the stream, anything you guys want to talk about, I guess after this first topic, if you have one, go ahead and. Oh, what was that, Josh?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was actually going to say to Rick if he can still hear us.
Oh, maybe not.
I guess he can't.
I don't think you can. No.
Yo, Conti.
Can you hear us, Rick?
I can hear
think his
it,
Wi-Fi
you
is messed up.
guys. It's hard to hear. It's real choppy.
Yeah, I think it's his
Oh, okay.
Wi-Fi.
Maybe he should try and log on your desktop since you're already there in the office.
You want to try doing that, Rick?
Real quick. Logging on your desktop?
I think he's got to send me a different link of some sort to do that.
Okay.
Is that
No.
correct?
Oh yeah, I do. I have to send that to him on Facebook. Fuck.
I can jump on Facebook. Is it the same stuff on Facebook or no?
Yeah, actually, yeah. If you do that, it'll send you to the Google Hangouts and you just sign in. That's
Yeah,
it.
like get on your computer and get on that, and I will send you the link here in 1 second. Hopefully, I have the link copied.
Yeah, 'cause
Let me just start a topic real quick, and Ryan, I guess you can. That is your. Yeah, okay, Ryan. Sorry, I was having a brain fart. You might have some insight on this since you have a Supra. Do you think the new Supra is going to be a hit or a miss?
I think it's going to be a joke, unfortunately. And I don't want to say that, but it's going to be. Here's my thought process. Like on this. I'm okay with BMW, where everyone else is complaining about it. BMW doesn't have quality inline six motor. What I don't like is there's not much influence from Toyota. My background's mechanical engineering. Coming from a manufacturing standpoint, Toyota is the end all be all. Like when I worked for Volvo, when I worked for a Swedish company, we paid Toyota to come in and show us how to manufacture a product because they're so much better at it than everyone else. That's why their cars last so long. That's why they don't have as many issues. When BMW's doing it, it's not going to be this rock-built car that we're so used to, that the Mark IV Supra is so known for. So for me, it's not going to be this bulletproof motor, transmission, the car itself, electronics being perfect. I mean, when I think of BMW or Mercedes, I think of electrical nightmare. So that's what has me worried dealing with it. But that's just my insight. That's just where I'm coming from with it. I don't care if it's an automatic. It's going to be 2018, 2019 when it comes out. Let's face it, the manual it's not as fast. It doesn't work as well. But they put a good quality dual clutch 6-speed transmission in it. It might be okay. I don't know. I'm still really up in the air on it because it's not it's a BMW with a Toyota badge on it. It's kind of like the FRS and the BRZ for me. I don't really like a boxer motor in the FRS, but I don't really have a choice in that either.
Okay, before we continue with that topic, Aaron, you want to go into what your channel is and the cars you have real quick?
Yeah, my channel's all about boxer engines. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? This is 802 Garage. I do love myself some Subaru, but actually I have a video going up tonight of my 1997 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX project car. And then my other main project for the summer is a 1985 Toyota MR2. All my cars are old, cheap, and rusty, but I love them. And that's basically it. I like to work on Japanese cars mostly, and I'm also a DIY channel with some instructional repair stuff.
Okay, so what's everybody else think about, will the new Supra be a hit or a miss? We already got Ryan's input on it, so what's everybody else think?
I haven't seen. Sorry, go for it. Go for it, there, Josh.
I'm gonna tend to agree with most of what he says, just because there isn't a Toyota. But number one, there hasn't been a Toyota that's come to my mind that's like really like got me like, ooh, wow, I want to know more about that for the last decade, except for the LFA. And I just think, I think he's right. It's not going to be as impressive as the Supras were, or those 2JZ motors, the 1JZ motors. It is amazing how much power people to this day are still getting out of those engines without doing that much to them. And the Lexus V8 that was in the SC402 is another impressive engine. They're just incredibly over-engineered and really strong, and it's unbelievable what you could do with them. And I think he's right. With BMW involved, I mean, BMW does make some great stuff, but boy, it's fiddly. And when it breaks, whew, it is not cheap to fix.
Yeah, I kind of want to jump in on that point, because my issue is that I love the engine from what I've seen in the new Lexus cars, that V8 5.0, and it's sweet. But every car they put it in weighs over 4,300 pounds, and only comes in an automatic, and has every feature I don't give a damn about in a car, and I can't afford it anyways, even for like the next many years. So it's like, to me, why make a great engine and then put it in a car that the only people who want it are the ones who are going to drive it like a quarter throttle all day long on the interstate? And it's the thing with the new Supra. They're designing it for a crowd that doesn't want it. Who's going to buy the Supra over the BMW if it's a $50,000 buyer looking for a luxury barge that weighs 2.5 tons or something like that?
No, go for it.
So to me, that's just dumb. But
Yeah. Like one thing I heard about the Supra is that I actually saw an article on Facebook that it's supposed to only be automatic. They're not going to bring it in a manual.
Yep.
Which is kind of going to be the death wish of that car, for one.
That'll be
And
a
plus,
mistake.
honestly, in my opinion, I think people are just going to 2J swap the damn thing as soon as they get it, if they do get it. It would not surprise me at all.
nobody's going to bother to do that except for like shops who have way too much money for advertising. But that's the other thing I think is funny is the BMW is supposed to come out with a non-hybrid manual version. So why the hell would you ever buy the Toyota version when you can get the one that you want from BMW at a markup?
True.
Right.
Here's my thing. BMW, like I said, the motor part's not what I'm worried about. BMW makes a quality inline six. They make, I mean, the old M series was it E46, I think it was. That was a fantastic motor. There's nothing wrong with that motor, and they're starting to carry that lineage on again. My issue is the driveline, the electronics, the quality. The quality is, I don't see this. Like my car has over 170,000 miles on it now. I beat it on every single day. Not once have I ever run into an electrical issue. Not once have I ever had to go, oh, this broke on it. I have never changed the wheel bearings on it. Nothing has gone wrong. There's no rust on the car. It was driven year-round by the last owner for 15 years. Is this
What car is this?
well built? No, I don't see it happening.
The Supra.
Oh, your
Yeah,
Supra.
Yeah.
And,
That
you know,
is-
when it comes to BMW, there's always electrical gremlins that show up down the line. I don't know why. It's just like Mercedes. They always show up.
Yep.
I had
They're,
an
they're
87.
notorious.
I had an 87 E30 325, and what I love is on the old 80s BMW cars, they'd give you this little display panel up on the roof line or down by the radio that have all these dots to tell you when something's wrong. Brake lights, turn signals, backup lights, washer thing, and there was an old thing people used to do where they used to play Connect 3 because you'd always get an error, something would always be wrong, and eventually you'd get 3 in a row, and it was almost like you won because it has so many electrical problems on those things.
So Rick, how's it going with fixing the issues?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think Rick's gone. I think Rick's dead.
I'm here.
see him.
I'm here. I can barely hear you guys, so I'm not really saying anything because I don't know what I'm commenting on.
Oh,
We're
darn it.
talking about the new Supra.
Well, I sent him the link on Facebook to join, and I texted him and told him
This
that
stuff
in
to
case
work
he couldn't hear me.
on my desktop.
Huh. That's odd. We might just have
How's
to.
I don't have the best internet.
If you
Try
guys
exiting
look
the podcast and then coming back, Rick.
That might work.
That might fix the problem.
Yeah, like try leaving and then joining back, Rick.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, Chase, you still there?
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
I don't
Say
know
what
if I
now?
see him anymore. I don't see him, but I think I can hear him.
Hold up,
Are you there,
Chase, say
Chase?
something.
Nah, man, Chase is dead.
Yeah, he's pretty choppy. I can.
Can you guys hear?
It's
Yeah, I
like
can barely hear
it's
him, too.
skipping.
Yeah, Chase's is not doing very well.
Yeah.
I don't even know how
You guys hear me, Chris? Coming through okay? This is Ryan.
Yeah, I can hear you good,
Yeah, I
Ryan.
can hear you.
Weird. Well, if you guys want to keep talking, if you guys, in my opinion,
Yeah.
if you want something to replace the Supra, if you want something to fill that hole, this is going to seem completely off the wall. But for me, if I'm not going to replace it, but my next car is going to be a Dodge Viper.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, a Gen 5?
Yeah, it has to be a Gen 5. I mean, it is everything it is exactly what we want it to be, and no one bought it, and it still blows my mind. It was overpriced. I get it. I think it was a little overpriced for what it is still because it's so basic. But it was a TR6060 bulletproof transmission, a push rod V10 motor that makes an enormous amount of power from the factory.
6.8 liter V10.
Horsepower.
Yep.
6.8 V8 or V10.
Is it
I'm
what?
sorry.
No, 8.4.
Oh, I thought it
8.4
was-
was the
8.4.
last one.
Yeah.
It's making an enormous amount of power from the factory, and you can build it, and it just takes the power. It's one of those vehicles where the rear end, the driveline, everything from the factory will take it. It's just like the Supra all over again. You don't have to change anything. You just bolt stuff to it and crank up the boost and have fun.
You know what makes me mad about the Viper and Dodge right now is that they went ahead and made the Demon when what they actually should have done is their surprise should have been, okay, we killed the Viper, and then we brought it back with a V12. That's what they should have done with all that Demon money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That would have been kind of cool.
As an
I just
American
think
company
of
that made a damn V12, somebody's got to do it.
GMC did 50 years ago.
Yeah? What was that in?
They took two 351 cubic inch V6s and bolted them together and made a V12 that was for big industrial trucks and stuff.
Ah, yeah. Well, that's kind of like what, I mean, technically Ford made a V12 because the Aston Martin V12 engines for a long time were two Ford V6s fused together.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was where
Wow.
the design came from. So technically Ford did it, but they didn't actually put it into any Fords that I know of. But they definitely, I don't know, I just think that would have been, like, if Dodge was really trying to be like, hey, guess what, we have the best muscle car in the market, like, the Demon's awesome, but they should have been like, Demon, oh, by the way, we killed the Viper, but actually it's back with a V12.
I think the Demon should have been like a Barracuda. They should have completely changed the body style. They should have never kept the Charger or the Challenger body style. That was a huge mistake.
Well, those cars
are
Well,
still.
if you think about it,
that could have been cost.
like the Challenger body is like what, an old Mercedes chassis
Yeah,
that
that's
they've
what it
had
is.
for like, what,
Yeah.
20 years?
They're still, but yeah, that chassis is over 20 years old. They're still building cars on that E-Class chassis.
That is finally changing. Because they're going to the Giulia chassis for that whole lineup.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time they
from-
changed something.
From Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is
Okay,
that gonna fit a
oh,
Hemi?
sorry.
Is that gonna fit a Hemi in there?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Chassis?
obviously, it probably won't be for the Demon and the Hellcat at first. I think it's for the Challenger first. I don't remember the details.
Do you mean Charger, Aaron?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, whichever. I mean, I don't. Yeah, because the Charger's usually their flagship, even though I like the Challenger better. But I mean, it fits a what is it for right now? A twin turbo V6. I'm sure there's room in the engine bay for a V8.
All I know is I'm glad that the Corvette's keeping the V8.
Thank God.
Yeah, because like that new Ford GT is a mistake with that V6 EcoBoost engine.
Yeah.
But it's a huge mistake. And then how they're overcharging for this car at what is it, $400,000 to start?
Yeah.
The
I think that's because
I wonder. I actually the twin turbo V6 sounds, and I'm wondering, like, if you did have the money to buy one of those cars, could you like tune it and just make an extra 300 horse off the bat? You know, like, I don't know.
You could probably make 100. You could do an E85 tune on it and turn the boost up.
Yeah.
It all depends on the size of the
Probably.
turbos, which is the efficiency of the turbos that are on it. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah. I don't think Rick can hear us.
I probably not. Yo, Rick.
See,
He's still there. I can see his Z06 hat, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I think it's frozen
I don't
anyway.
him now.
I just put the camera on him for the hell of it.
That's funny.
I don't know if it shows up like when I click on somebody's box. I don't know if it does that for the actual live stream part or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope it does. But I think it does because when you click on somebody, it should. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm watching the channel. It just showed Rick for a sec. His face froze, and then his portrait died.
Yeah, because that's exactly what happened. That's what I saw on the actual thing.
That's too bad he can't hear us because he's really entertaining.
Yeah. Plus, you were just talking about Corvettes. That'd been right down his alley.
Right.
Right. As a matter of
Hey,
fact,
Chase, is your mic working now?
I think he's having technical difficulties.
Hold on. Let me try something.
New podcast title: Chasing Chase.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, if you're killed in the hangouts, do you die in the real world?
Like Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, if you guys want to crack funny shit in the podcast, by all means, I don't care. This is not
So-
like all.
Jonathan, does that make you Morpheus?
What the fuck?
New nickname. Holy
Mhm.
shit.
What's the birdie?
Oh, look at that. He's number 1.
You wait, it'll cut to it back to his camera, and he'll be holding a red pill and a blue pill.
Oh, Jesus
Every
Christ.
joy this podcast, I'm asking myself, why didn't I take the blue pill?
Yeah, Chase left because I told him to leave and join back, and maybe that'll fix it.
Ah.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, I had a
Chase.
question for you.
Yes.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Martin.
Go for it.
Okay,
Sorry.
Chase, say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Let's
we can
get
hear you.
his. Let's get his thing on whether the Supra is going to be a hit or miss before his mic takes a dump again.
I don't know what's wrong with my mic, but personally, I think the Supra, I don't know if they're going for the wrong market or something, but like, it used to be an enthusiast car, and I don't know if they're going to try to make it an enthusiast car anymore, because like, who's gonna modify something that's that electrical? It's like, when I was looking for my car, I was definitely not going for a newer than probably a 2006, because everything was electrical. Even in the Subarus, that like, something goes wrong, you're going to have to take it to a dealership or spend hours upon hours trying to figure out what went wrong.
Hey, now let's be fair. If you buy an STI, it's the same as it has been since like 2004.
That
in
is
the US.
true. That is
Even
true. I have
further
2004. That is
It's like
true.
the Challenger, huh?
That may be like the body, and that's about it.
Yeah, they
Right. Well, and speaking of enthusiast cars, that's all Dodge makes now. If you think about it, I mean, Chargers and Challengers, it's that which is really all they do, except for Caravans, I think, still. And yeah, I mean, who's buying a Challenger because they want something economical or that is family friendly or is a car you could take to an autocross? You're not buying them for that. You're buying them because they go fast in a straight line. They're just for people who
the
want a
Dart
fast
is
straight
their
line
only
car.
economy car right now, but they really should bring back the Neon name if they actually want to make a car that'll bring them through another oil crisis.
True.
I remember this.
I personally don't think that they should have named that 4-door sedan the Dart. They should have named it the Neon. It would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really would have.
Because the
Did
Dart
they
was
ever
a
made an
two-door.
SRT version?
No, they made the turbo version, the Tiger Shark one. I don't remember what it was called.
I think it was
RT or
just
something?
the GT.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin, do you have your headphones in?
I do.
When you turned around and accidentally showed that older guy in your background, he looked at you and then got up and walked away.
Yeah. I'm actually in Denver, Josh. I'm going to go to Left Hand Youth tomorrow morning and do a little filming.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Hey, well, you were there first, so I mean.
Well, I know I was there first, but he's got a new 2016 Maloo in there that I really want to see.
Well, eventually, once they start making money, I'm going to pick one up. So
Yeah.
it'd be a cool car to take to a car show, you know.
Yeah, I always said if I trash the body on my car, I'm going to send him the drivetrain and have him throw it in a wagon.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got a good topic for us that might be a little different. What do you guys think is the future of the automotive industry?
Self-driving.
Yeah, self-driving 100%.
Yeah, but I don't
Unfortunately,
think
yes.
self-driving's going to get here for how far in the future? Because I don't think self-driving will be a real thing in cities, still 20 years, to have it be commonplace, and for the whole country, 50. I mean, I don't know. There's too many problems to solve to make it practical. There will be self-driving taxi.
Horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
you're going to have this weird overlap period of about 20, 30 years there where self-driving cars and human-driven cars are going to be on the road at the same time and have to learn how to deal with each other. That's going to be the trickiest part of it.
Yeah. It'll be kind
Yeah,
of
because you know what? I am going to stick with human driving as long as I can possibly can.
Well,
Oh,
it'll be like iRobot. Remember how he goes to manual driving before they think
Oh,
him crash the
yeah.
car?
Isn't that the movie with Will Smith?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah, weren't all the cars in that movie Audis
Yeah.
or something?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Except the bike that he drove.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know if that was a Yamaha or something like that. I don't know.
I don't
know
remember.
much
It's
about
been
bikes.
so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they're going to be working on it for a long time. But I think even at by 2030, I don't think the technology will be perfected by then, because they've been having too many issues, too many accidents. As I remember, like I was telling you, Josh, or Jonathan, when Salamandra was talking about the self-driving cars, and there was one that had an accident that happened to be I think it was either a Volvo that had the all the Google stuff on it, and it had crashed somewhere in Phoenix. So I don't think it's going to be good enough to be allowing it to drive on its own. It just
But the funny thing is, one car out of so many self-driving cars that are being tested right now. It's
Exactly.
like a red herring.
because you got to remember, they've been doing this for a long time, trying to perfect this software to make a car run. But like I was telling Jonathan, that they're really preparing cars for the self-driving, because a lot of them are equipped with everything electric, even the steering. All it is about having
that's the thing.
all it is
Technology's
having the
changed.
ultrasonic sensors.
Yeah, because technology has come so freaking far. Like, literally, my friend Stanley, because he's the one who kind of brought up this to me about the whole self-driving car, because he had an article or something. I was hoping he'd have it for me for today, so then I could read whatever that was, because that's what kind of sparked this topic. But one thing he said was, like, he was driving home from work the one day, and his engine light came on. Nothing really happened. So no sooner he got home, a call from the dealership, and they said, what'd they say? They were like, "Are you okay?" Because the car was talking to him and saying there was like a catastrophic engine failure or something that they only see like in accidents or whatever, even though it didn't happen.
Crazy.
And it was like, whoa.
Kind of like OnStar.
Yeah, and his is the 2016 Subaru Forester, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had that. Like I guess the Starlink now is advanced enough.
Yeah.
But
And I was
I
like,
think
holy Jesus.
Sounds like
we're still say, and I think the future's still I don't know. I guess it'll take legislation to get their head of that, but I think it's still more diesel cars and more downsizing with more turbos, honestly, because diesel vehicles that still get double the gas mileage we do in our idiotic vehicles. If you want a daily driver commuter that's clean, quiet, and gets good gas mileage, it's still a turbo diesel, and we don't have them here. And like even Subaru makes turbo diesel engines that make work than the petrol versions and get far better gas mileage. And why the hell don't we have it? It's because we put unreasonable emissions requirements on diesel. We get tougher than for a petrol car. Basically, I don't know why, because of the oil industry. That's really the only explanation I can come up with. And other than that, like Nissan doing some really cool stuff with like 1.3 liter engines that are making ridiculous horsepower numbers. Obviously, that's not great for fuel economy. But if you tune that towards fuel, and you have this tiny engine that only weighs 100 pounds and you get 40 miles per gallon, I'm gonna go still, I think. But
right. Well, I used to have a turbo diesel Jetta, and bone stock, it got about 48, 49 miles to the gallon. And the funny thing about diesels is it works the opposite way of gas engines. The more you tweak them, the better they can do. So I put bigger nozzles in it and a stage 3 tune in it and a freer flowing exhaust, and it got up to 52 miles to the gallon. But it then also made so much torque, I had to immediately change the clutch because it started slipping in 5th gear. But I ended up with a car that could get 800 miles per tank and run high 15s at the drag strip.
that's better than a Prius.
Yeah.
exactly. That's what's stupid. Is Europe has cars that get better mileage than a Prius for the past 15 to 20 years as daily commuters, and we're all over here like S-ing Toyota's D over their hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with diesel right now, I don't know if you guys agree, but everything that happened with Volkswagen, that set back the diesel community here in the States.
Yeah.
It has, turned everybody's, opinion of diesel that, it's really dirtier than it really is.
Well, and that's
a lot of people.
The
are
problem
afraid of
is,
it.
That's the problem, is the manufacturers continually shoot themselves in the foot with diesel, because back in the early 80s, it was GM, because they took the 4.3 V6 and the 350 and said, hey, we'll just make diesel versions of them. And they smoked terribly and ran like crap and just put this idea in everyone's head that diesels were just these loud, slow, smoky pieces of junk, when it was just they were building crappy diesel engines. And then 30 years go by, and then Volkswagen fools the emissions and puts the bad idea in everyone's head again. They just keep setting themselves back.
It's funny you say that, because a long time ago, I had a friend that, we had a family friend that had a 1979 Cadillac DeVille, right? And it came with the diesel, and it was so horrible, back in the day, that replacing the engine with the gasoline engine, of course it was carbureted and it was a big old V8 that really sucked. But, it worked better than the diesel, back in 1979, which that's the car that I inherited later on. That it was a horrible car, but it was great. I mean, it was pushing, but it was just no power whatsoever. Like it was huge engine, but no power. Like I would see a Nissan Leaf pass me as I tried to accelerate.
Mm-hmm.
That's how horrible it was. I mean, my foot was, through the footwell, and it would go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like my Nana Chevy Spark.
Ooh, Korean pride right there.
Oh, I'm thinking that Chevy Spark might just pass me in that 79 Cadillac.
Dude, it has 85 horsepower. How the fuck would it pass you? I had to take that for my driver's test, and that shit was slow as fuck.
Because this thing weighed like 2 tons.
They make an EV.
You guys are all doing it wrong. You guys are all doing it wrong. You need to buy Japanese. You buy rice. It's cheap at the store, and it runs forever. I don't think
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true too.
Well, I
I'd buy it's vintage rice. My Subaru is about to be an antique. Damn it! I mean a classic. Sorry.
You know what's funny is
have plastic tags on it.
yeah. You know what's funny is JDM cars are way more popular in Australia than any Australian-produced Ford or Ford or Holden by a long way. That's what they all drive is JDM.
That's crazy, because I would rather have a Holden here or another Holden besides my GTO. Just like
the gas costs
they're identical.
the gas costs a quarter of the price here, so of course you would.
Yeah,
Australia,
of course.
Because they're next to Japan, compared to the East Coast of the USA at least, and they're right-hand drive. So, like Japanese towards Australia just makes sense.
Yeah, I just love the Holdens. They're just amazing looking cars. I mean, the other day I actually saw a silver GTO just like Josh. I was driving in the Infiniti G37 that my mother-in-law owns, and it's such a damn good looking car. I'm sorry, but it has really nice, sexy lines, and people just don't appreciate them. I think the reason that we appreciate them is because we've been inside of them. We daily drive them, and we own them. And if it's kind of like the new SS, if you're not inside of it and driving it, you're not going to appreciate it, because everybody thinks that it's like a bloated Malibu or something like that, That's what they think it is.
No, that's a perfect example.
That's one way to explain it.
Go ahead.
I just got back from Ocean City Cruise Week, and at Ocean City Cruise Week, that's all I saw was literally SSs everywhere, and I fell in love with them. Between and SSs, that's all I literally ran into the whole entire time.
Super.
And see what's really funny is that, in my opinion, the G8 is a sexier looking car than the SS, but the SS has a better interior. So if you were to be able to mix both of those, right? If the SS would have, let's say Pontiac never went away, right? And they would have kept the Pontiac's, chin grill. If they would have kept the kidney grills, it would be such a. Are you guys can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, we can still see you.
It would be such a damn sexy car. I mean, just the kidney grills, the dual exhaust in the back. It just, Pontiac always exuded sexiness back in the day. It was the excitement division after all.
Well, I'll tell you which other car I wish they would have never stopped making too is the Supra, because the last generation was a damn good looking car.
I mean, I like the previous gen, if I'm being honest, but.
Oh, the square body?
Yeah, but I just love cars like that. And I own an 85 MR2, and that was one of my dream cars. So I love the wedge.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the other car from Toyota. It would be the what is it? What the heck is it called? The
Ultra.
No, it's that little sports car that it competed with the Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Oh, the Celica.
The Celica, that was a good looking car. In the 90s, that was a good looking car. Even the interior was really nice.
So that's what I had before.
The Celica All-Track, I'd be all over that thing. I'm really not a big front-wheel drive person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the
Ryan,
old,
what did you say? Because we didn't hear what you said because Aaron would you both talked at the same time.
I had a silver Celica, same exact paint coat of that. That's the whole reason I wanted a Supra, is because I fell in love with my Celica so much. I had a 97 Celica. And it was
they did look like a mini
exact
Supra.
Huh?
They did look like a mini Supra. Like, they actually had similar styling.
Yeah, the interior is very similar. I remember when I bought this, because I bought this car sight unseen. I remember when I got it home and I was like, wow, this is really similar to my Celica in a lot of ways. The Celica is not as dramatic in like interior-wise, because the interior, this really looks like a cockpit. But the Celica was like the same shape and design for the most part.
Would it be fair to
the
say?
Supra looks better, but that's just me.
Well, would it be fair to say that a Supra is more of a bloated Celica, like a little bit, like a little bit bigger, kind of more shapelier? Would that be fair to say?
If you go back to the late 80s.
Yeah. So no,
it's similar, but it's not the same. It's kind of it's like a reminiscent of the old vehicle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's definitely totally different. And it's weird because these cars were so heavy for the time, but Toyota's whole point with it was try to make it light, because the predecessor to it, like the Mark III Supra, weighs like 300 pounds more than this.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy.
And this thing's still heavy, weighs 3,400 pounds.
Well, I
thought it was that. I thought it was 38.
I mean, I remember when the GTO first came out. What is it? I think it's 3,800 pounds. Is that it? Is that correct there, Josh?
3,750 with an automatic and a full set and a spare.
Right. So, I mean, I remember when I would race back in the day, and I mean, I was pretty much lighter than any other Camaro, and of course, I had more power. And any Mustang, of course, and it just the weight to power ratio was pretty darn good. It wasn't that bad, and even when the first 2010 Camaros came out, it was still that much faster, even though the Camaro had a little more power because of the weight.
I'll tell you an interesting thing. The G8 GXP was $39.50 because they shipped them without a full size spare, and so they gave you a tire repair kit in the back instead of a full size spare to save money. But when the 2010 Camaro SS came out, it weighed exactly the same, and it had 2 less doors.
Wow.
That's another dumb thing with the Supra is the trunk is exactly, and I'm not kidding you, is exactly 4 inches deep. I can set a water bottle in it, and it sits above the trunk line.
Wow.
When I have,
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
You want to show us?
Dude,
I think
I had a water bottle literally here. This is what a joke this is. I get a ton of beer in my beer fridge.
Yeah, look at that. Well, it's kind of like the trunk in our GTOs. If it wasn't for that gas tank when they moved it back in 2003, before they redesigned it for the American market, there's absolutely no space back there. That's
No.
Not yet. Just light in the fridge. Whoops. I guess you have good taste in cars and bad taste in beers. Am I right?
Holy Jesus!
Holy moly! You weren't kidding.
Fighting words.
That's it. That's all I get.
Damn.
So you got to put a real thin suitcase in there, huh?
Dude, when I take it on vacation too, I drive this thing I'll drive it 8 hours straight and not think anything of it.
Well, you do have the back seat to put, some stuff in there,
Yeah.
a duffel bag or something,
It's a joke,
Mhm.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the car. Don't get me wrong, but there's some things I don't like about it.
Although, there's one good thing that I thought about the other day, because now that I'm going to be working on my father-in-law's, 99 Firebird Formula, in order to put the new fuel pump, you have to either cut a hole in the back or drop a whole bunch of suspension components to get to the tank. And so when it comes to our GTOs that we have, Josh and I, all you do is take off that spider cage and cut some tabs and pull that puppy out from the back of the.
So let me tell you a great F-body story. So when I lived in Arizona last year, me and some friends got together and we bought a 2000 Camaro to go lemons racing, and it had a bad fuel pump when we got it. So we did drop the tank and replace the fuel pump, and then we put it all back in. Found out something got wired wrong. We really didn't feel like pulling the suspension out again, so we did cut a notch in the trunk and put a trap door in there so we could get to the pump. That's right. That was fun.
Yeah, and you're supposed to cut it like an upside down L, right? If
That's
I'm not mistaken, there, Josh.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to be doing that next. I as a matter of fact, I just got new tires for this car. I got a new battery coming. I got a new battery tender, and I'm gonna try and charge the battery. If not, I'm gonna have to buy a new battery, and that's gonna be the other video I'm gonna be working on, is showing how to start this car, get it started, put a new fuel pump, put a new fuel filter, and clean it up, put a new interior, and we'll see when we do the paint someday when we can afford to do it, because that paint looks like shit.
Hey Ryan, did you do the single turbo, or did it come like that when you got it?
No, this car was bone stock. It had hail damage, and it was a non-turbo car. I rebuilt the entire motor, did everything myself. Before I built this car, I don't ever put an intake in a car, so I taught myself over the last 2 years how to build an engine.
Wow.
That's a hell of a car to learn on, buddy.
What's that?
That's a hell of a car to learn on, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of complexity, it's actually like a good platform to learn on, but like in terms of like the value of the vehicle.
Cost. Yeah. Well, here's the reason. So I'm like the worst idea for a car person, because I don't believe in wasting money. So I bought a car that I knew wouldn't lose value, and no matter what I do to it, it'll keep going up. So I bought the car for $11,000, have $20,000 in it. I have an agreed upon assurance value of $55,000 on it. So if it does get totaled,
Haggerty,
I make out.
You said Haggerty.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yep, Haggerty.
Heck yeah.
And actually, I know that. If anybody has a farmer's insurance, they work through Haggerty. They can write through Haggerty, actually. So.
It's a classic car, man.
Well, very soon, our GTOs are going to be classics.
Give it another
15 years.
10 years, yeah. Actually, I saw my first.
All you need is 15 years in the state of Pennsylvania.
I saw the first 4th Gen F body on the road in Wisconsin last week with collector's plates on it, because it was a 92. So so that just reminds me how old I am, though.
Yeah, I think as of last year, I think it was 96.
How old is everyone, anyways?
I'm 37.
Well, I'm 20. I'm 21.
26.
I'm 34.
Okay. I'm 29.
And like usual, no. Chase, you're the youngest one here. Chase, you still there?
I can hear him, sort of.
He's clicking again.
You guys said about funny. You know what I need to do?
I told him all that
my
with
casting.
throat cancer. He didn't listen.
Well, I'll answer it for Chase. He's 18, if I remember correctly.
802 Garage?
Since he's having issues.
I'm 26.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it older or younger? I don't know what I got here.
I missed a joke or something.
Is that how long you've been growing your hair, or what?
No, man, my hair changes all the time. Like, I'll let it grow out for like 2 years, and then I'll go short for 2 years, and like, I don't know, keep it wild, man.
It's keeping the money in the cars, right?
I think my hair nets me at least 5 to a month, so I'm good with it. It's fun.
You got the.
Hey, Aaron, you remember?
I said you got the Jesus look.
There you go.
We got Jesus in the house.
Yeah. Jesus.
Now I know I gotta cut my hair because I hate the Jesus look. No,
I'll bet you do make John Lennon.
Oh, John Lennon.
I'm with that. John Lennon's alright.
Oh, shit.
Oh, guys.
This is what I don't mind happening in the stream, is people cracking jokes. It makes it more interesting.
It's the only reason I do it, isn't it?
I want
a question.
Go for it.
Yeah, what's that?
GTOs have an independent rear suspension, correct?
Yes. Yes.
They are IRS? Okay. what do you guys do when you start bumping up the power? Does that independent rear end take the power or no?
They take it and translate it into wonderful wheel hop.
Yeah. Hell, they wheel hop with the stock power whenever it was, when my car was stock.
Yeah.
I'd be wheel hopping all up and down the damn drag strip.
It's not what you'd call sophisticated IRS. It's semi-trailing arms, so it's just two big L-shaped bars with its links up on the front of the cradle, and then they're controlling the side to side and the fore and aft motion. So it's not the most sophisticated thing in the world, but it works.
That's a horrible design.
Well, I think they stole it from 80s BMWs because it's the exact same setup on an E30 3 Series BMW.
But when it comes to going through the twisties, it works really well.
Oh God, it works great at it. I go to Road America, and if you've ever seen Road America track footage, the rumble strips there, they're like 3 inches tall, the rumblers, and yeah, I can ride on the rumble strips all day, and the car stays in line. Whereas I see guys going around in F bodies and stick axle cars, and they don't go near those rumble strips because if you touch one, you're spinning.
Okay, Chase, say something real quick.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I have no idea why it cuts out every once in a while.
I don't know either. So should we move on to the next topic, or do you guys have something you want to talk about?
I think he has that Flintstones internet.
I do. I live in Canada. We have the worst internet possible.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to cut out right here. I've got to get my old man ass to bed. I got to get up the crack of dawn.
Oh, believe it or not, the next topic was actually I got from one of your videos.
Oh God. Oh God.
Where is the car culture going? Remember that video you did?
Oh yeah, to the shitter. That's where it's going.
How about this? Since you're leaving, I'll just link that video down below if anybody wants to know what you think about that.
No one cares what I think. I'm an idiot.
Well, now hold on. If we start putting actual skid pans and skis on the bottom of cars, can we actually make them scrape intentionally while they drive?
They do that on
Hashtag Stance Nation.
Those the stand cars are ridiculous. I don't like them at all. I think they're worthless.
I think they look like shit.
Yeah, they're one guy was next to me when I was driving my girlfriend's Corvette, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it corners so good." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. It'll corner towards the damn wall."
Yeah, I'm sure he's blowing smoke and changing his tires every 2 months because he's only using 10% of them.
Probably.
Just flip the tires around.
It's like they're just like it's like
yeah.
It's like the video that Rob had made, Rob Ferretti. It's just a danger.
I honestly think their goal is to get the narrowest tire possible on the widest wheel because I see them running around with 10-inch wide wheels with 205 tires. How the hell do you even get that to seal? I don't get it.
Good question.
They must use glue or something.
It's actually there's specific tire shops that will do tire stretching because it's an exercise. What was I going to say? I've said before, I think it's actually turning more to a JDM resto mod scene where people are trying to make the car look as stock as possible because they realize the Japanese nailed the styling in the 80s and 90s. And so they're trying to move away from making it look like crap. Obviously, that's not the whole scene, but that's getting bigger. And maybe if we're lucky, global rallycross will get big enough that people will start moving back towards a rally look where cars actually have ground clearance and still hand.
What's the best looking JDM car from that generation, in your opinion?
The 90s?
Late 80s, early 90s.
The best looking JDM car? Damn, that's a tough one.
One question. What year was the first model year for the MK4 Supra?
92? 93?
Okay, so that's considered early 90s then. Okay, I'd probably say Supra, probably.
What's that? I think it was the early 90s, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying this is my favorite, but I always did like the Dodge Conquest Mitsubishi Starion car. That always looked right.
Yeah, I like that too. Not gonna lie. I don't think it's the best looking though.
So,
Okay, hold on. Before we continue on Josh's topic that he kind of brought up, Chase, where do you think the car culture is going? Since we didn't hear from you about it.
Not sure about the States, but in Canada, it's actually, I would say, improving. I don't know. Have you guys heard of the locals before?
No.
No, anyone?
Yeah.
No. Well, they're kind of improving, quote unquote, the car culture in at least Calgary. And there's a couple other car groups that are like promoting build whatever you like and don't diss other people's. Just build what you like, and then people will like it. Or if they don't build it, they just won't pay attention. But I'm not sure about the States. I see stuff all the time over there, or from videos there. But in Canada itself, I think it's, if anything, improving from like a couple years ago, or at least Calgary. I don't know about like BC or whatever. I don't think some of the other. Pardon?
Like just in terms of there being less hate, you mean, or like in terms of you think the style is improving?
Oh, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, you're kind of a little laggy sometimes.
Yeah.
All good.
Your end.
I don't know. I think it's the where you look, because when I was in Arizona, I was with a group called Arizona Streetcars that was just local in the Phoenix area, and everyone had everything different there. I had a GTO. One guy had a Mustang. Another guy had a G8. One guy had a Challenger. A couple of guys had some old Trans Ams and M3s, and you had a good mix, and we all got along. We just liked hanging out with each other and talking cars and having a good time. And you'll still have your cliques. You'll still have like your GTO only groups or your Ford only groups and everything too. But I don't know. I think the car culture is getting a little more together. Well, I don't know about diverse. I think we're coming together a little more, and we're not hating on each other so much as we used to. Like if somebody's got a JDM car and they haven't intentionally tried to make it look like a piece of crap, I actually can have a lot of respect for that. Especially like if you buy like an old CRX and you're trying to do it up and make it look right or something like that. I saw a lot of that in Arizona.
Yeah, like I know one thing that Ryan had brought up in his video, which will be linked down below if anybody wants to see his thoughts on this. One thing he mentioned is like people were like ripping like the younger guys a new one because they didn't have, like they had basically a shit box and they were just trying to do whatever they could to it. Trying to get into the car scene and all stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like cheap DUI or DI.
Yeah, like you get a cheap car as like your first car, and then like you're just trying to do cheap mods or whatever, and then the bigger guys rip you a new asshole about it.
Well, I'll tell you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Martin. I'm sorry.
Say that a long time ago when I first bought my GTO, I used to go race and I'd just do a lot of crazy stuff, but there was a guy named called Turbo Dan, and he had an old 80s BMW. I don't know what it was, but it was a two-door. It looked like he came out of a wrecking yard, right? And he was pretty much smoking everybody, from myself to in my GTO to a GT500. Whoa, we have like a lot of feedback over here.
Aaron, what did you do?
Sorry, that's my bad.
But
well, you doubled it here, and it made a high-pitched shit that about busted my eardrums.
But everybody gave him respect because even though his car looked like shit, he was beating all the new stuff.
I can give you a great example of where the car culture is still stuck in the Stone Age.
Hold up.
Jesus.
Aaron, you're in here twice, right?
You gotta mute one of your microphones.
It wouldn't let me kill it.
Woo! Jesus.
I was trying to improve my audio. Instead, I made everything worse. I'm sorry.
Well, were you trying to use the microphone from your phone?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me kill my mic.
Try putting on some headphones, man.
That might work.
That might work.
I forgot I didn't have them on. I'm sorry.
That could be why. Okay, now Josh, what were you trying to say?
I was trying to say that an example where the car culture is still stuck in the Stone Age. So, me and my friend Joe are going to go down to Dallas Fort Worth in July for the big national Pontiac convention, the POCI, Pontiac Oakland Club International. Big week-long event. You'll see Pontiacs from the 30s all the way to present day there. And
hold up. I'm trying to remember which event that is because I know I have a friend down in Fort Worth, Dallas that has a Trans Am.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was
that's a nice one.
Talking about. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about, Martin the green one?
Yeah, that's a nice Trans Am, man. That's the one with the 1,000 horsepower, right? If I'm not mistaken.
1,000+ horsepower, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car, man.
Yeah, Josh, if you see a green Pontiac Trans Am down there, that's my friend Dallas.
Okay.
And don't try running him on the strip with your GTO because you will get wiped out.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind.
Or you could just do it anyway and just make a video you got your ass kicked by
Right.
Trans Am.
Sure. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, so we're going down to that event, and Joe's gone down there the past couple of years, and the one thing he's run into a lot is that the old school guys, the guys that own like the 50s, 60s, early 70s Pontiacs, the ones that have had them for life or just that's what they grew up with, they really don't give any respect to the modern stuff, the GTOs, the G8s, even like late 4th gen or even the 4th gen F bodies. They don't think those are real Pontiacs, and they really don't think the Australian imported ones are real Pontiacs, and they don't give them any respect, and they just kind of frown upon anybody who shows up with one. And Joe told me he made the observation to a bunch of them who he heard talking like that last year is like, why are you guys ripping on these guys, on these people, these young guys that bring these modern cars? This is the future of the Pontiac club. If you run them off, who's going to carry it on when you're all dead? And they didn't seem to understand that. So there is still hatred. There's still that animosity out there in certain areas, and that's just one of them that I will probably observe in about a month's time.
Which really, in reality, it's going to hit them in the next 10 to 15 years because, you know, these folks are already in their 60s or 70s.
Right. And who are they going to give their cars to? I mean, maybe
Exactly.
their kids may not even want them because they're not interested in cars, and they haven't, and because they haven't gotten them interested in cars, and their grandkids won't want them. So who's going to take all these cars?
And see, one of the things that I remember when
true.
I was a young kid, one of my dad's uncles had a 1979, or no, actually it was a 69 Judge is what he had in Mexico, and that's when I remember the GTO when I finally, you know, when I saw mine and I got it. Oh, I got 20% battery life here.
Oh, joy.
Because we were in, you know how we were waiting for for us to get on, and it was too long. But yeah, you know, that's what, you know, that's one of the other reasons why, you know, once I saw my GTO, I made the decision to buy it, you know, because, you know, first I wanted a Corvette, and unfortunately the Corvette that I test drove was sold the very next day after I had test drove it. And so that's when the guy suggested, hey, why don't you go across the street? There's Pontiac. I'm like, have you ever heard of a Pontiac GTO? And I'm like, yeah, I've heard about it before, but I didn't know that they were making them again. And he's like, well, that's the last year. You better go check them out before they're all gone. And, you know, 10 years later, I still have it.
Okay, hold on. I want to do something real quick. So, apparently, Aaron's picture is of him without a beard, so.
It is. And without hair.
Big difference. Jesus.
Which is weird because I already left.
I went from one thing to the other just to do like a comparison here, and good Lord, is there a difference?
Well, that picture is also like ancient.
Yeah.
I don't know why my picture's still in there because I totally left the conversation.
That's too bad we lost Rick, man. I wish I would have.
Yeah, Rick messaged me on Facebook and said he couldn't get it to work. He'd do it next time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that because I really wanted to talk a little bit about Corvette since he was showing on his last podcast the new ZR1. He has a little more info on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can save that topic for next week then.
Yeah.
Because he said he might try to join next week. So.
Yeah.
So is there any? Do we want to continue with that topic or should we move on to another one?
We can move on.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have to probably be getting off here real soon here.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta get
here's
up
one.
early.
Like I don't know if you guys saw Rob Freddy's video about like unsafe car mods or whatever.
Right. That's what I was talking about. The stance cars.
Kind of got this topic is, what do you guys consider some unsafe car mods that should be illegal?
The stance vehicles.
That stance life, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much.
Where they're basically dragging their whole undercarriage on the floor. You know.
Yeah.
I'd say hydraulics. You know, when they're bobbing their car up and down while they're driving. You know.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to do it while you're driving.
Yeah.
Any other?
Now I know this one isn't really unsafe, I don't think, but one that should be illegal is the fart can.
It's like having a
Wow.
beehive in the back of a car, right?
I mean, you can't just outlaw Hondas, JA. That's just
Yeah.
not fair.
Next thing you're gonna say, VTEC stickers should be outlawed. How are they gonna make their horsepower?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's just. I mean,
There's probably plenty of ways to do it without the fucking fart can.
Vaping and driving should be illegal. Can't see a damn thing.
what'd you say? Drinking and driving?
Vaping and driving.
Oh,
Vaping and driving, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't see shit.
That kind of reminds me of, I think it's Up in Smoke. Remember with Chicken Chung?
Oh yeah.
And they're driving
boy.
that van and it's all completely smoked out. It's like they have it's like they.
I
captured
remember
a cloud.
something like that from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or something. Back in the day when that game was out
Yeah.
for PS2 or whatever. You were driving this hippie van or whatever, and the hippie had like fucking pounds of weed back there, and
Yeah.
the guy was like, "Quit smoking that shit! I can't see."
Uh-huh.
But yeah, any other unsafe car mods you guys think should be illegal?
How about putting a rear spoiler on a front-wheel drive car?
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, that's not helpful.
No, it's totally defeating the purpose of grip.
I mean, theoretically, it could help a car. Well, no, because it's still just going to dial and understeer. I mean, I don't know. It's.
I mean, my Chrysler PT Cruiser has a spoiler in the back, but it's more of a. I mean, it came from factory. It's not like I did something crazy and it's like a huge wing that it looks tasteful, you know.
Hey, do you guys remember when we used to have respect for this guy until he said PT Cruiser about 10 seconds ago?
Hey, that was my first brand new car I had, okay, when I was like 18.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I got it. Okay, I got
upgraded
I
to
got
a
a good
V8,
one.
you know.
I got a good one. Putting your truck on a 2-foot lift kit.
Oh, Street Speed 717, huh?
That's actually
Yeah.
what I was going to say is cheap lift kits. I mean, they're pretty unsafe because if your rig is jacked up super high, not only did you increase your center of gravity, you've got weaker suspension, your tire setup's probably wrong. Like,
Well, if your bumpers are as high as the glass on all the cars around you, that's unsafe. They never re-aim their stupid headlights when they jack the car up, so you're just getting blasted all the time at night. Well, and can you imagine if they had to make an emergency lane change? That thing's flipping right over.
And then
for sure,
don't forget about the ridiculously wide tires that stick out beyond the fenders.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, like they park and it's like next to you and it's like, how do I get into my car?
Actually, well, so you aren't supposed to have more than a certain amount of poke with tires in most states with inspections, but obviously the ones that don't care. Like I know in Vermont, you're not allowed to have more than 1/4 of the tire poking past the fender, so you have to put on fender flares. Not that really does anything. But I gotta jet, guys. My girlfriend's getting here, so I told her I'd peace out at around 10 from this.
Yeah, and I gotta get cut out. I gotta wake up early and I'm gonna go to Left Hand Youth tomorrow morning and do a little recording here.
Hate you.
Hell yeah.
I'll let them know that Josh sent me by since you've been there.
Tell him I said hi and that I hate you.
So everybody check out my new video tonight, my Eclipse GSX project car, the official intro. I'm definitely going to sub to all you folks. I don't know if I'm on any of your channels yet, but I will.
Yeah. Well, it's up to one of you guys to start the cars because I'm not at home. I can't start any of my cars.
Oh, I
Well,
can't do that tonight.
We might not be ending it. It depends. Does Josh and Chase want to stay a little longer or no?
I can stick around for a little bit if you want.
I don't even hear Chase at all.
I mean, it's only been an
He's
hour and
looking
6
again.
minutes, so.
Yeah.
All right, nice to meet you guys. I'll catch you later.
Nice to see you, man.
Thanks, see you, man.
Chase, you might have to
Yeah.
restart your shit.
Well,
You're click talking again.
it was nice to talk to you guys. It's nice to see you there, Josh. And and as always, we'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely, man. Peace.
Jonathan, same thing. Peace out, man. Deuces.
Yeah, see you later, man. All right, Chase, say something.
Can you hear me? Oh, there.
Yeah.
I can.
Yes, he lives.
This is so confusing because it'll show up on my meter or on my audio interface, and all my inputs are active on my computer. It's something between Hangouts and my audio interface. It's weird. I've never had issues with.
Okay, Chase, and since you're able to talk now, what do you think are some unsafe car mods?
About the lifted trucks in Alberta, we have those all over. No mud flaps. I've got rocks thrown from the other lane into my windshield. I got a new windshield. Within a month, there was already a huge hole in it. Stupid. It's
Jesus.
crazy in Alberta because everyone has lifted trucks here. It's just like another thing.
Well, no wonder, because it's like winter, what, 90% of the year?
No, it's like winter. Okay, 9 months of the year probably, or 9 months of the year. You can't take out a good nice car. Like they have
Like
gravel.
yours?
No, I daily drive mine. It's all-wheel drive. Gotta have some fun.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you guys think of the new Subaru BRZ TS that came out?
They're just teasing us still. We still need an STI. Or a BRZ STI, but we'll probably never get one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the thing that Subaru has kind of been doing is they haven't really been upgrading their power much. Like, that's the thing. Like, they're going to kill the BRZ because people want more power out of it.
Well, they're just doing what the aftermarket's been doing for 2 years to that car anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know the new WRX and the new BRZ and probably the Forester and all those have the FA motor, but the STI still has the EJ. Same motor as I have from 04, still an EJ 25/7. Like, they need to make a new STI motor because it's
like
way out of date.
Chase, do you watch Mighty Car Mods, the guys in Australia?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so the idea of taking the Tribeca motor and putting a turbo on it, that could be a new STI motor.
Someone built a crazy track and drag car that they just switched some tires and sway bars on it, and it was like destroyed everything when you put a turbo on one of those engines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to build it, but once it was built, it was crazy. But
Right.
yeah, that'd be insane. But I don't think Subaru really, I don't know if they really care much for the performance department right now. Hopefully maybe later, because like, yeah, there's also that new the new Subaru STI RA, which is the record or temp or something, and it's only got like a 5 horsepower increase over the stock STI. So like, they haven't really done much still, which is crazy.
That's pretty pathetic.
But hopefully, like, people have been saying for years that they're going to do something, and they better do something soon, because like, they need to.
Or they're just gonna die, or performance-wise, they might.
Yeah, enthusiasts, but like, it seems like more and more people are buying them. Like 5 years ago, you barely see any like Foresters or Crosstechs. You see them all over now.
Yeah, I see enough of them now. My friend Stanley, him and his wife, they both have Foresters.
The new ones or old ones?
I know his is a 2016. I forget if hers is a 15 or a 17. I forget.
Nice. Yeah. I like the Foresters too, but I'm still a fan of the older Subaru, like the mid 2000s.
What are you snorting over there, Josh?
A mixture of crack and loneliness. No, it's allergies, man. We got the ragweed going right here.
Yeah, it's allergies.
You guys are giving me good shit to make another one of those funny moments videos.
I'll tell you what Subaru I like the best is the mid 2000s Legacy wagon. I think there was one year they did a version of it where you could get the turbo 2.5 motor with a manual. They only did it for 1 year, but I wouldn't have kicked that out of bed. That'd have been a fun car to own.
Oh yeah. I think actually someone in Calgary has one that regularly shows up to car meets, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, like,
speaking of car meets, I'm hoping to get to one this weekend. I hope.
Nice. Do you guys have a lot of car meets in your area, or is not really massive?
Hell no.
I try to get them going with the local GTO owners around here, and they're all just kind of Meh. A lot of talking, little action, which is depressing because we have some amazing driving roads out here and some awesome places to hang out and have fun. But yeah, there's a cool show that's actually happening tonight, which I'm not at because I'm doing this. There's this restaurant over by Madison called Quaker Steak and Lube. Every Thursday night they have a cruising drive-in. You just show up with your car, and then they even give out awards. Just customers can just do a poll vote and just vote for who's got the best car there that night. So there are something's going on if you know where to look.
Yeah. There's actually an autocross happening on Saturday also, but I don't think I'm gonna get any footage from that because I'll be lucky if I get to go to one of the fucking events tomorrow. So if I have to pick, I'm probably gonna pick the car show because that's not at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, autocross does start pretty early. I'm looking.
Well, the thing is, though, I have to think, is someone going to take me because I don't have a way to get there myself.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm kind of fucked. So if I can't get somebody to take me, I'm fucked up the ass on getting anywhere.
Yeah, and whoever's going will have to be there early in the morning because they walk the track. You got to do all your tech inspections. So it's a day thing. But they do autocross. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pretty much every weekend here. And then you've got car meets pretty much. Well, we have the car meet called Barlow, or it's on the road car Barlow, and it's every Friday and Saturday. There's a car meet. It's crazy in the summer here. I think it's because we don't have it year round. It's just in the summer, people go hard on those car meets. It's like every.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's some meets around here. It's just half of them I just can't get to because, well.
Hey, Chase, this time of year, how long does the sun stay up by you?
It is still up right now. So we
can't see, so
I'm trying to think. Well, it's like 16 hours it's up. So it's pretty good. I want to say 16 hours. Sounds about right. Oh, severe thunderstorm warning. So if I randomly disappear, it's because my power died.
Okay. That's not fun.
Good to know.
They can't keep power here. It's crazy. Like yesterday, it was just a little bit of wind. My power died 3 times when I was editing. Lost like an hour of footage.
Oh man,
brutal. Jesus Christ. That sucks. I finally got a new computer, and I'm like so happy that I get to use it because editing is going to take a lot less.
That's true.
And I miss Chase. What is your show called, Chase?
It's just Chase Schrader. It's just like I do vlogs, and it's mostly car scene stuff. So I go to car meets, I'll film a lot of modifying on my 2004 STI. My friends Miata, and then couple of my friends are getting other cars eventually. So did you
have a Mustang on your channel before?
Yes, it's my friend's Mo. He has a wide body S197, so it's the 2005, I think, wide body with a huge wing on it. He just did that this year, but it is automatic and the V6. But he has something really special planned because everyone's already hating on the car, so he's going to do something really, really crazy. I don't know if he wants me to say it, so I'm not. But it's something really, really crazy.
Nice.
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, take a guess.
Cody swap?
No, it is a swap.
LS swap.
No, continue.
2JZ swap.
Here?
2JZ. Yeah. He's putting a 2JZ.
I've never heard of a 2JZ in a Mustang.
Oh, there's a couple people that have done it. Honestly, it's going to be a crazy thing. He's been trying to get people to manage stuff, and it's nothing.
The craziest Mustang swap I ever saw, it wasn't an S190 or an S197. It was an SN95. But somebody took a 5.9 liter Cummins out of a Dodge truck and put one in there and turned it into a drag car.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we got CJ in the comments right now.
Go died again. Oh.
What? You might have to leave and rejoin again. Your shit's all wacky again. He's had to leave more than anything. Josh, you still there?
That's really weird. I can watch it just slowly taper down, and then it just dies.
Hold up. I think Josh just had an issue. It looks like he's froze.
What's wrong with this? What are you doing? What are you doing to us?
Who?
Both of us. We're just disappearing, and
I don't know. Josh fucking froze. It looks like he's frozen.
yeah, that's what it seems.
Oh god. Subaru.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we have a Subaru person in here, CJ.
Yeah.
You're a little late. The stream's kind of dying slowly now.
Slowly, it's dying quite fast. With me, with my
Well, and then now Josh is froze, so I might just have to end it here, though.
next stream though, I might figure out if I can do it in the garage, get internet out there, and then I'll have my car behind me.
Yeah, but
We'll
didn't
see.
you say your internet's shittier out there?
It is, but I think I can get a access point out there. Because whenever we're working on my car out there, we'll get
CJ's like, no. Well, then ask us some questions then. Because I kind of already ran out of topics, unless, Chase, you have anything you want to add.
Good question. What's more
anything? What?
What's more popular in your area? Is it like autocross, so your track and stuff, or is it drag? Like drag strip? Neither? But if you had to, and like your state, how about?
I have no fucking clue about the fucking state, but this fucking county. In this county, it's dirt track racing because that's the only fucking track we have is a dirt track.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
and then for autocross, like I don't know how many times I do it a year for autocross, but they do it at the Cumberland Airport.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a small runway or whatever.
Yeah. They do them on the airports all the time out here. But Alberta was huge on drag racing. I think it's still a massive thing out here is drag racing. Like my dad grew up drag racing, all his friends drag race, and it's just huge.
Well, the only place I've drag raced is in Mexico, but we're not going to.
Mexico, quote unquote.
Yeah. Plenty of stories about one time somebody almost put me in a ditch because he was being a reckless dickbag.
Oh, that's usually not a good thing.
Like somebody was coming up on his lane and basically he wanted to cut me off. And if I wouldn't have hit the brakes when I did, he would have hit the right front fender of the car and put us in the ditch.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a common occurrence out here. We're so rural. Like to get from our two major cities, Edmonton and Calgary, it's a 2-hour drive. So it's pretty, it's not a very...
Hell, not many people will take me 2 hours. I could go to a lot of shit.
2 hours? Well, it'd be the other major city, and I think they do car meets every night too. It's crazy.
That's the thing. Like, I could go visit several of my YouTuber friends if I wasn't like in 2-hour distance.
Yeah. Oh, he just vanished. So
he was frozen anyway.
He's probably trying to talk. It's like nothing. It's like, what are you guys? If you're paying attention to me.
My friend Dallas, if he was here, he probably would have been like, "Need to get a GoFundMe for your internet."
Yeah.
That little fucker said that to me the one time. Hey, Josh, you there?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but I could hear everything Chase was saying, and that was it. So
you couldn't hear me?
I thought he and I were having a conversation until he started answering questions I never asked.
Oh, I get because like you were froze.
Yeah, it didn't have any video, no audio.
Like you were like this.
Yeah.
Wow. we are in the 21st century, right? This is 2017 and all that.
Honestly, I don't know.
Wow.
Okay. Chase has not Chase. CJ has a question for you. Can anybody tell me why they put a wing on the BRZ?
Looks. Honestly, I don't think it has much function. Like it's gonna provide a little bit of downforce here, but it's probably more looks than anything.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing to do in America. Your car's not cool unless it has a spoiler.
Oh, you got to put a big wing on it.
Yeah.
And then
they're probably compensating for something. Called lack of power.
Like not having a spoiler.
Well, they have the stock, like the normal BRZ has a little ducktail, but not really.
Yeah, like I don't mind like the ducktail spoilers like you would see on like the Camaros and stuff like that.
What about a big ducktail? I've seen some massive, like half-foot ducktails on like Rocket Bunny cars.
Like
the best.
CJ Hunt?
The best factory ones were on the old Porsches, the whale tails. Remember those with the air-cooled Porsches?
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Those were awesome.
Like one thing I didn't kind of like, there like, as you know, I like the 4th gen Camaros, but one thing I didn't understand was like how the whole spoiler thing was set up in the back.
The spoiler.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying
Like,
to
just
remember
the way it
one.
looked.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Hold
Well,
on,
it was
hold
it
on,
was
I got-
curved. It was curved. It was curved up. It was almost like an arch. So it was like I don't know. I mean, it certainly wasn't functional. I think it was more styling than everything. I think it's because the back came around and rounded off, and then it rounded to a point on top because it had it had a curved roof and a curved like passenger cell. I think it was just trying to follow that line.
Hold up. I'm gonna try something here. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we'll see.
What do you try? Oh, you're screencasting or whatever.
Yeah, see there, that's the spoiler I was talking about right there.
I can't click on it. I cannot view this.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
You can't see it?
It shows like an arrow, but it
Yeah,
won't.
I see the arrow as well.
All you see is the arrow like it's black or something?
It's like in your little box. There's an arrow pointing up, and then it just shows your video.
Like, do you see like the screen or anything? Like my computer screen or anything?
Nope.
No,
Well, this is bullshit.
'cause I think I can cast too. Yeah.
Well, fuck you then. Oh, what the fuck? It's working for you.
I just. Oh, well, you seen what I'm going to be editing.
Actually, no, because it's a black screen now. Because I think you took it off.
Oh yeah, I
already.
stopped it.
I didn't get to see it.
We're just gonna have to wait about a month because I'm so far behind on videos.
Oh boy.
I'd like to know why it didn't show mine because I was trying to show like the ass end of it.
Yeah, it just showed like an arrow and then didn't really do anything else.
Well, fuck. CJ says in the comments, what do you think the ZR to 60 will be on it? Probably the fucking same because they didn't do much of jack shit to it except styling.
Maybe.
Well, if they bothered to
faster.
put tires on it, would actually have some traction. It might go a little
Yeah.
faster.
And
We're
there's
talking about the VRZ, by the way.
Right.
yeah. And they did do some suspension stuff, so maybe the launch will be better. But honestly, probably nothing. Like
There was Josh snorting again.
Sorry.
it's allergy.
It is allergy season. I need my Claritin.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to crack the joke.
There you go.
Chase. I mean, not Chase. Fuck. Motherfucker.
Well, it's like, I'll tell you what, during that little escapade where I was in limbo there, but I could still hear Chase, he asked the question, like, what kind of racing's popular where you live? I'd like to answer that.
Oh, yeah. You didn't get to answer that.
Yeah, so in Wisconsin, so we've got 3 drag strips in the state. They're all terrible. They don't do track prep, or they don't cater to street cars, or they're not open enough. And all the good drag racing happens in Illinois, actually. The autocross pops up here and there, and actually what's happening a lot is all the little oval circle tracks now are starting to do weekly drag racing, but they're doing it on little 3rd mile and maybe half-mile asphalt tracks. So all you're doing is drag racing on the front straight, so maybe 300 feet, 400 feet. So, but I suppose anything to get people to come to the track and pay money. The coolest thing we've got in Wisconsin is Road America, that track out in Elkhart Lake. I've been around that in the GTO, and that's wild. Going 150 plus, flying up and down the straights and the high-speed turns. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, drag racing is still probably king around here.
Yeah. Probably. Like, I think, like, I'm not sure about, like, the entire state of Maryland because I haven't really been anywhere else, like, for car-related shit other than where I'm at. But I think there's a couple drag strips. Like, I think Cecil County Dragway's in Maryland, doesn't it?
Was it Maryland Motorsports Park something that exists, or Maryland International Raceway? I think that exists.
Yeah, that's another one, too. But I think Cecil County Dragway is in Maryland also, I believe. That's the track my buddy John Dock races at all the time.
Mm-hmm.
With his 1,000 horsepower Camaro. Wait a second. Today's the 8th. I think he was supposed to go against Guitarmageddon ZL1 in a grudge race today. Is least I think it was the 8th.
Okay, now I don't hear Chase anymore, unless he's just
Chase, your shit took a dump again. You get
okay. You know what, dude? I'm gonna call it. I got things
All
to
right.
finish up tonight, so this was fun. So, oh, is he back?
Chase, is there anything else
Yeah,
you want to
I'm
talk?
back.
Yeah, he's back.
It just dies out, and I have no idea why because it's
Wow.
still up on my mixer.
Okay, CJ does have a question for us. He says he's asking if the WRX is going to be any faster for 2018. Probably not.
Maybe a little bit because they're getting more used to or learning a little bit more about the new FA motor, but honestly, probably not again.
It might have, yeah, it might make more power, but they'll probably find a way to make it heavier.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. They did. We still have the same body style. Like the 2018 still has the same body style as the last couple of years, which needs to be updated. It's a little bit
A
behind.
lot of companies need to update shit. Like, for Christ's sake, Nissan is one of the slowest fucking updated companies, period.
Their CEO 5 years ago had this goal for that they were going to be the biggest producer of electric cars by 2020, and that didn't happen at all. So now that plan fell through, so they're kind of behind the 8 ball on everything.
True.
True.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I remember-
like, the only performance car they really have now is the GTR. And if you think about it, it hasn't changed much since 2009.
No, it's pretty much. I think what's new on this year.
I think 2017 it had finally got a facelift.
Yeah, but I don't think it looked too different because someone has a brand new one here.
It got the new automatic in 2013. I think they found a little more power out of the engine over time, but yeah, it hasn't changed that much.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you think about it, like in the older days, there was so much JDM cars, it wasn't funny. Like, there was so many. You had the Supras, you had the Celicas, you had the GTRs, you had
NSX.
Am I missing any? Yeah, STIs and
Yeah.
they just had the 240s. You had there were so many fucking JDM cars. Now there's like how many?
That's true. Yeah, I don't think it's more focusing on everything but the enthusiast nowadays.
Well, most of the JDM cars and the JDM brands now are all geared toward like okay, I'm a person who needs to drive to work and I need a car. Just like their A to B vehicles. I mean, Toyota doesn't make anything exciting. Nissan doesn't make anything exciting apart from the GTR. Mitsubishi's all but gone.
Oh yeah.
And Honda. I mean, Honda's got like one or two cars you could consider exciting, but for the most part, they're all just as boring as Toyotas now. JDMs are not the sporty performance brand they used to be.
The muscle cars have kind of done past them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what it is
cars turned into the American cars kind of took over the market a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is like when the JDM stuff came out 30 years ago, they had to be sporty and exciting and different to get their name out there. Once they got their name out there, then it's like, oh, we can relax now. We can just build boring cars for the masses now and we'll make our money. And they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ says they need to remake the Terminator Cobra.
They're doing that. I think the new Cobra or Shelby Cobra Mustang, I thought I heard that it's going to have like 750 horsepower or something.
Well, that's the thing. I've been hearing that it could be a Cobra is the new Mustang coming out, or it could be a GT500. Nobody really fucking knows because Ford's got their lips sealed tighter than a virgin.
Right. Well, either way, it'll be a Shelby.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, but and then of course Chevy's the same way. The new Z28 Camaro, there's rumors it'll have 700 horsepower, and the new ZR1 will have 750 horsepower. It's all talk at this point.
Yeah, like because the Z28 was like the track version of like the Camaro, wasn't it?
Yep.
I'd love to know how they're going to do it because it'd have to be so much better than the ZL1 because the ZL1 is basically actually technically most Camaros are really good at tracks, especially like the 1LEs because the 1LEs are meant for that.
Well, the point behind the Z28 was lightness and just a rock hard stiff suspension and tires that are only going to work when they're heated up on a track. That's why I had the LS7 to keep it light. They stripped weight out of it. You didn't get a radio. It only got 19-inch tires instead of 20s because that was better for handling and mass. So the ZL1 had more power by a long way, like 80 more horsepower, but it didn't have like the handling capabilities of the Z28.
You guys want to hear something funny? So Z06 Juan was supposed to join us tonight, and look what he just messaged me on Facebook. He says, haha, just woke up, my bad.
Just woke up.
What the hell this fool doing sleeping? He's in Texas for crying out loud. He's what, an hour or two behind me? What the hell is he doing sleeping? 1 hour. Like, I don't know.
Anyway. All right.
Yeah, CJ thinks that Honda should bring back the S2000, but I honestly don't think they're gonna do it.
They won't, but
well,
you're a little late, or Juan, or like the stream's dying already.
I fell asleep.
That's nice.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I got to bug out, but good chatting with y'all, and we'll try to do this again sometime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
see ya.
All right. Peace, guys.
Juan just got it.
Well,
I'm gonna head out then. I got some stuff to do. My bad, man.
It's all good, man. We had a decent amount of people, and maybe next time though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Yep. All right.
She's peeking her head in. Next thing you know, all I see is like. Maybe we'll get you in next week, Juan, if you're not busy.
All right. No, I wasn't busy. I just fell asleep when I got home from work.
Yeah, well, that happens if you have a long day at work.
Yeah, we'll see you, man. Thanks, though.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Everybody's channel links will be linked in the description, including Juan, as long as I don't forget since you just got here. But definitely subscribe to everybody's channels, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.